and welcome along to a brand new video today. And well, we had to wait an extra week for it, but we have the new TARDIS. So, what did I think? Well, it was a great moment, wasn't it, at the end of the Ghost Monument to be able to finally see the TARDIS exterior and interior. I mean, it was quite predictable, I feel, that the TARDIS was going to be the Ghost Monument in the episode, and of course we found it out fairly early on. But it was quite a nice way of doing things, I think, to kind of make it as the sort of goal to reach at the end of the episode, and then give an opportunity to reveal this all to us at the very end. Now, in the way this scene was done, one of the things I thought was fantastic that we don't see very often is the Doctor sort of seeing her TARDIS for the first time. The Doctor was playing the role of what the companion normally is, of like experiencing this new TARDIS and what it looks like. She's seeing it for the first time, which we don't normally see. Usually the Doctor sees it for the first time and then the companion's the one that's wowed at it all. And of course, all the companions were wowed at it, but it was such a great sort of twist and doing something slightly different to be able to see the Doctor looking in amazement and finding out what her new TARDIS looks like, and we actually get to see that. So I thought that was a really nice idea and really brilliantly done. In terms of direction, this scene was absolutely phenomenal, gradually revealing more and more bits of it, with lots of sort of close-ups and starting to go longer until you get the full-on wide shot to see the whole TARDIS. I thought that was such an effective way of doing things to really just gradually build up, bringing in new elements to it and gradually sort of showing how it all looks to you. I thought that's such a good idea. And so yes, the TARDIS itself, I mean, I'm not 100% loving it just yet. I certainly do like it, and I do appreciate the different concept they're going for with it. I'm not 100% loving it yet, I don't think. I think it's going to be quite hard for me because I love Capaldi's TARDIS so much. It's completely my favourite TARDIS of all time. And obviously this is very, very, very different. It's much sort of smaller, much more sort of cramped almost, I think, because you don't really have that kind of extra kind of bit around the edge that you could walk around that was kind of up on high, and it just doesn't feel quite as spacious. It does feel a lot more kind of enclosed and almost claustrophobic, I think, to some degree. It's just a much smaller area, a bit more like the sort of 9th and 10th Doctor TARDIS is, making it that bit smaller and a bit more snug, should we call it. So it's certainly a different way of going sort of about things, and I do quite like the sort of general look of it. Looking around the sort of the outside, so you've got that, as you sort of walk in, those sort of circular shapes you've got on the walls around the very, very edge of the TARDIS. I really, really like that sort of patterned effect. I think that looks really, really nice as you walk into it. Just to kind of, they almost look a little bit sort of like clocks, suggesting the time, travelling in time, all that kind of thing. I just love that sort of idea they brought in behind there. Quite an interesting idea to have the sort of police box kind of actually a police box as well. You walk through a whole police box to get in rather than the doors being the doors into the console room. And I thought that was quite nice. It's almost like a little sort of porch to go into the TARDIS through, and it's like sort of the actual interior bit is almost stuck onto the end of the TARDIS, as it were. So I thought it's just quite different, because they've never really done that before. It's always been kind of the doors take you straight through to the console, to the main console room. But now you actually walk through the sort of TARDIS, the normal police box part of the TARDIS first to get into that. So I quite like that as an idea, actually. And then of course you have the sort of main console, the main control area. And I am warming more and more to that. Those kind of pylon-y bits around the edge, I wasn't initially completely sure of, but I am starting to warm to them quite a lot. I liked the sort of expression that that I think it was Matt Strevens used in one of the videos about it, calling it a more analogue TARDIS. So sort of more basic, more kind of rough around the edges. And I think that fits Jodie's Doctor's quite well, whereas obviously Capaldi's TARDIS was so sort of neat and tidy, lots of glass and metal, all sort of perfectly crafted, whereas this sort of feels a little bit more thrown together sort of on purpose. It is a bit more kind of a mishmash of different stuff and that kind of thing, and I really like that kind of twist of an idea, so I'm really sort of appreciating that. I love all the little tiny things they've got on there. The glass TARDIS, that looks absolutely fantastic, and I think I read somewhere that the sort of set designer is implying that glass TARDIS is the chameleon circuit, and so presumably if the TARDIS were to change shape maybe, then that glass police box would become something else. So it's like almost like a little preview of what the outside looks like to you. I think that's a really, really cool little idea in there. You've got that lovely little hourglass that flips up when you sort of travel in time. That's such a cool idea, just again kind of representing the travelling in time and everything. And of course, everybody's favourite, the custard cream dispenser. That is just a ridiculous, hilarious, brilliant, sort of classic Doctor Who thing to do, to stick a blooming custard cream dispenser. It's completely pointless, completely random, but it just fits, it's quirky, it's funny. I would have one in my TARDIS or my mode of transport if I could. I'd love a custard cream. So it made for a great moment with Jodie. The sort of smile she gives when she sees a custard cream pop out is just brilliant. So just that funny little thing that I thought was fantastic. And so overall, sort of the more I talk about it, really, the more I'm warming to it as a console. It does look a little bit of a mishmash, but I can see why, as I say, why they did that idea. The kind of the main control area that does look more kind of clunky and thrown together. But that's as I say, that's the effect they're going for, and I really, really appreciate that effect. I wasn't 100% sure initially about that full wide shot that you'll be able to see on screen now. I don't know, it just looked almost like you could kind of see the edges, and it looked almost like a set, I felt, in that shot initially, but I am starting to warm to that a little bit more. Do let me know what you guys think about that, because I don't know, part of me just made it feel like a set a little bit. But other than that, I really am loving this new TARDIS. It was such brilliantly introduced into the episode. It was great to hold it back to episode 2, I think, and bringing in right at the end of the episode as well. Our kind of little treat to finish off the episode with is seeing the new TARDIS. Seeing the companions shocked by it was fantastic. Seeing the Doctor shocked by it was amazing. I love the exterior of the TARDIS as well, I should point that out. Obviously, we've seen that many a time before from filming pictures, from promotional official pictures. And I like that it's smaller than the previous TARDIS exterior prop, which I think fits better. It fits more in line with the sort of classic series, because it did just look almost a bit too big, I think, the TARDIS we've had the last few series, the exterior. It's meant to be smaller on the outside, so it should be a reasonably small box, and I think it had just got a little bit too big. Sort of in the Matt Smith / Capaldi TARDIS. So I'm really pleased we've gone back down to slightly smaller. It almost looks, and it also looks a little sort of almost more dirty, a bit more rusted, and just looks a little bit more worn, even though it's meant to be brand new. Obviously, it is the TARDIS that's been running for years and years and years, goodness knows how many years. So I think it should show the signs that it is a little bit, it has done a few miles, as it were. So I think that's really effectively done as well for the exterior, and creates a brilliant overall effect. So yes, overall, I am very on board with the new TARDIS. I haven't 100% loved it yet, but we've only seen it for 3 minutes in an episode, so I think over time I will keep on warming it to it more and more. I'm sure we'll find more of its little quirks, because every TARDIS has its funny little things that it does. There's numerous ones in the Capaldi era, and of course we've already got the Custard's cream dispenser from this one, and I'm excited to see what more there is to come. And of course now we've got it, it means we can actually travel in time. So next week we're going to go see Rosa Parks in 1955, I think, or 1950, something like that. And so it adds the time travel element back to Doctor Who, and makes for a very exciting future. But what did you guys think of the new TARDIS? Are you loving it? Is Capaldi still your favourite? Or is any of the other ones your favourites? Do let me know what your favourite console room is, and also what you thought of this one. I'd really love to hear what you had to say. But other than that, do remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here. I will be posting as many videos as I can this week. Reviews coming up, the soundtrack's coming up, other theory videos are coming up, hopefully a Megan Reacts is coming up, if I could sort BBC copyright out. Damn, they're so annoying. So yeah, lots to look forward to, but other than that, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye.